Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, my name is Becca and today we're going to be doing a winged cut crease eyeshadow look. And if you hear any purring in the background, it's my cat. And do a little quick shout out to Bella. She definitely wants you to know that she is comfortable next to me. So if you hear the purring, please ignore it. But thanks for watching today's video. So today I'm going to be doing this look and I was kind of going off of like a random inspiration. I wasn't really having anything in mind when I was creating this look, but I wanted to kind of let my creativity flow and I decided on this type of look. Setting down the base is key with any makeup routine, whether it be for foundation or for eyeshadow. So I did the Anastasia eyeshadow primer base, which kind of makes it more of like an even tone all over the eyes. It helps to create vibrancy, and then I usually don't wear this out anyway, but it would also help for it to last all day. In the spirit of Anastasia, we're going to be doing the Anastasia Soft Glam palette today, and I'm going to be using those colors in the palette. You guys can honestly change the colors up depending on what you have, or if you have something similar in tone, if you want to do something a little deeper, something lighter, whatever works for you, but this is kind of how I'm doing it. If you've watched any of my other content, I always start out with a transition tone, and a lot of those transition tones start with like a brown or like a light brown tone, and then you're always going to intensify the look as you kind of figure out what look you're going for. So I really wanted that cut crease to pop out, so I went ahead and with a more detailed fine brush and made sure to make the shape before going in with the lighter tones as you go to deeper tones. Anything that you're doing on the actual eyelids, you want to make sure you bring it down to underneath the eyes to have it all go together. A lot of the times you can basically go without the bottom of the eyelashes, but I definitely recommend adding that because it adds a whole look to it and it makes it just flow better. When it comes to fallout, I actually don't mind a lot of it because I can always go in with a concealer. But if you have a eyeshadow palette or something where you're still kind of learning to how to like mix the eyeshadows together, I would always recommend doing your eyes first before your base, just so that you don't get anything that goes underneath the eyes. So as you can tell on one of my eyes, there was fallout and I used my fingers to brush away, but it still is on there. So obviously, like I could tell I was looking a little crazy, but we're gonna fix it up later. Instead of repeating myself throughout the entire video of basically what I'm doing, here's basically what I do when it comes to eyeshadows. You always want to start out with a lighter base color and then build up intensity, and then you want to go back and forth between blending that out, going back in with the transition shade, going back in with the deeper tone until you get the desired look. So you can tell I went from very light brown to like a deeper brown tone. With makeup, it has literally no rules, so you can just stop right here if you like the way that it looks, or you can add those extra steps to make it to the desired intensity. It really is up to you, and if you wanted to follow this routine and like how I'm doing it, I would continue to add the intensity as you go along, but if you wanted to do a different color, if you wanted to add sparkles, it's whatever you want it to look like. So I definitely recommend doing the intensity first and building it up. Sometimes when you go in with a deep color right off the bat, it looks a little crazy. And when you're applying it softer first, you can kind of build that to how you want it to be. For this particular look, I am going and bringing those shadows forward into the front of my eyes, but I'm making sure too that it's a lot deeper towards the outer edges of my eye. I really wanted to have that winged out effect and kind of add a little bit of dimension to it. Anything you're going to do with eyeshadow blending is key, so having a fluffy, clean eyeshadow brush on the side is definitely going to maximize the look and make it look so much more softer on the eyes instead of super harsh. Here's a little word from our sponsor. Once you get down to where you like it and the intensity, go ahead and cut your crease. So what I'm doing is I'm cutting the crease so it looks more defined, and then I'm actually going into that winged section of my eyes to kind of accentuate the sharpness of that wing. You want to make sure you're really careful with this because you don't want to take away any of the eyeshadow that you just laid on. So you can use a flat concealer brush or you can use an angled eyeshadow brush, but I use a full coverage product to cover these areas. So either it's going to be a concealer or it's going to be the Anastasia eyeshadow primer. You can also use a Q-tip with some makeup remover, but I find that using just this works great. Definitely can keep going over it until it's very vibrant. You want to make sure that you can tell that it is a cut crease and not just blending in to each other. So I went ahead and made sure to intensify that with this look. And cutting your crease takes a lot of practice, so I always recommend just trying it out and seeing if that's something that you even like doing. A lot of the times, too, I typically don't do cut creases like on myself or clients on normal things, so it just depends on what works for you. Luckily for this look, I was using a light coverage foundation, so I was able to go over with my concealer and have everything blend all in together. When it comes to covering up the fallout from this, you want to make sure you're not going so close to the eyeshadow where it's going to cut it. So, not basically like really cut it, but like it's going to ruin it. So, basically, you want to make sure you're using a brush that's going to blend it out and kind of diffuse the concealer so it looks more natural. And then I ended up going in with the shimmer shade in this palette and using it more towards the front of the eyes. I didn't want to bring it to the rest of the cut crease. That was just what I decided to do, but you totally can go and do it however you want. I pulled this whole look together with the One Size mascara, and I have my non-existent lashes, so I went and did the tops and the bottoms, but I actually did go in with the Kiss Products eyelashes in the Luxe Extension collection in Russian volume, and I absolutely love these eyelashes, so if you like a dramatic eye, I would definitely recommend this. I absolutely love adding a lash to any look because it really pulls everything together and I love it basically. And I want to make sure that I'm tightlining my waterline too, just so that it kind of flows a little better. So I use the Benefit Bad Gal Bang eyeliner pencil, and this is a waterproof one. I actually really enjoy this. It has a smudger on the other side. Typically I use tweezers, but I couldn't find any tweezers, so I just used my hands on both ends of the lashes, and that's actually really great for beginners because then you can kind of like align it to how your eyes are instead of just putting it into the middle and then adjusting it that way. But whatever works for you. I just didn't have any tweezers on hand. I usually use tweezers. It's a lot easier for me, but I just couldn't find them. For the lip products, I really don't have a large lip selection, so this is the Can't Stop, Won't Stop liquid lipstick from NYX, and it's the double-sided liquid lipstick and gloss formula. I ordered this online and I thought it was going to be a lot lighter, but it was actually a lot darker. So I use it as kind of like a lip liner. So I'll go in with that and then I go in with the Lip Lingerie by NYX and kind of make like an ombre lip and make it look more natural and appealing to the eye look. I didn't want it to be super intense, so that's why I did the ombre look, but I just went back and forth between these shades to kind of create a custom lip color. So I went ahead and add that lighter tone, and then I'm actually going to go in with the darker tone again to kind of make sure it looks more balanced and not get lost in that lighter tone. So this is me doing it like on the outer edges. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch my video today. If you learned anything or wanted me to try something new, go ahead and write it in the comment section down below. Please like, subscribe, share, and I can't wait to post more content. All right, Bella, say bye.